Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your weekend advice reading for the weekend of the 4th, the 5th and the 6th of March 2016. So we're looking at the overall energies that we may be dealing with during this time, during this weekend. What we need to know, what we need to be aware of, and how we can use these energies for our highest good, okay? So that's the purpose of the daily or weekend advice readings. Just to give you a heads up and prepare you for what's coming. Alright, so for this weekend, the 4th, the 5th and the 6th of March 2016, we may have some things coming back, or some things or some people coming back that we chose to turn our back on. They may be trying to come back, and not for all of us, but for some of us, these relationships or situations or people were not meant to be in our life for a reason, and if we saw that consciously or subconsciously when we decided to turn our back on them, and it's like now they're coming back and trying again, and we really need to consider, do we want to go back on that path, or is it time for us to make healthier decisions, or decisions that are going to either keep us in a healthy place or move us forward into a happy, healthy place, okay? So the cards, the tarot cards we have, first card we have the Three of Rods, and this is a card that is talking about looking towards the future, okay? This is having made a decision. It's coming after the Two of Rods, and it's talking about decisions to do with partnerships, okay, oftentimes. And in this particular reading, it is coming across as partnerships. And again, this is not only romantic partnerships. It can be any kind of relationship that you have with another person, whether that may be a family member, a friend, a romantic partner, okay, or just any other kind of relationship you can think of that you have with another person. That is a relationship. And so with the Three of Rods, this is telling me that what is influencing us from our past, okay, the energy or the aspect, an aspect from our past that is currently influencing our present situation has to do with turning our back on a situation that didn't serve us anymore, okay? And he's got two rods behind him, and to me that says turning our back on a one-to-one relationship, okay? And again, this may be for different reasons, but bottom line, we came to the conclusion that it is time for us to move on. It is time for us to focus on a brighter future, as opposed to a relationship that maybe kept us stuck, that didn't fulfill us, or that was actually toxic and bad for us, okay? So this is what this is the aspect in our past that is influencing our current situation, all right? A decision we made to turn our back on something or someone and focus on our future, focus on a better future, a brighter future, something that will fulfill us, something that would make us happy, okay, as opposed to a negative situation that was just keeping us stuck or even dragging us back. Present situation, we have the Six of Cups, okay, and this is the card of someone coming back from the past. This is a card that talks about melancholy, reminiscing, looking at memories, okay, going over memories of certain situations, certain people, certain relationships. And when this card shows up in a reading, it often talks about something or someone from our past that is coming back into our lives, that is coming into our present. Okay, and with the Six of Cups, it often has to do with a person who is very close to us, okay, or a person who we've had in our lives as, you know, far back as childhood. It could be a family member, we grew up together and then drifted apart. The card also shows up when we're dealing with a soulmate relationship. Okay, it's a very spiritual card in that sense. And this is telling you that someone from your past is coming back, but in the sense the past is past lives, okay? So this is what we're dealing with at some point during the weekend or throughout the weekend, or the main energy of the weekend. Reminiscing, looking back at the past. And if you see these cards the way I'm looking at them, the Three of Wands has his back turned to the Six of Cups. Okay, so again, he has turned his back on this relationship from the past that maybe was in our lives for a long time, or that maybe we have had a lot of history with that person. And if we haven't been together very long with that person, time-wise, we've been through a lot with that person, and so it felt a lot longer than it was. And this person is trying to come back. But then we have the Devil card. And so this is telling me we have the opportunity now to make a choice. The Devil card is telling me that this relationship, this person, or the situation that is trying to come back was not good for us. It was toxic, negative. It affected our self-confidence. It, chipped away at our self-esteem. It made us feel powerless. It made us feel bound, chained to that person or that situation. It made us feel like we don't have any say, any control, over that matter. There's no hope for us. It's a very dark place, okay? As you can see, the card is not very happy looking, okay? It's it just brings up feelings, emotions of fear, of being scared, being terrified, being under stress all the time, being I don't know if I said terrified, but terrified, feeling bound, feeling helpless and hopeless. Okay, this is a toxic relationship. This is a relationship that involves addiction, codependency, obsession. Okay, anything you can think of that is not healthy. That is what the Devil card represents when we're talking about this relationship, this situation, or this person, and the relationship we had with this person. And so we do have to make a choice, because if we allow for things to unfold, if we just go with the flow, just, lose ourselves in the moment and the situation, we're gonna get back to this situation. And you don't want that. You have grown, okay? You have learned your lessons. You have changed. And you were in the right mindset before, when you made the decision that it was time to look forward to a brighter future and turn your back on whatever toxic energy this was. Okay? So we may be reminiscing. Some memories may be good, but I really feel like most of them are not going to be so good. I feel like you're going to re-experience the fear you felt, the the feeling of being powerless, of not being able to get away from that, not being able to change that, not being able to move on, not being able to let go. You may have had to really struggle to get out of that situation. You may have had to really put up a fight to get out of that situation. And you may have had to actually keep running from it for a while until they let you go, or until that energy released you, or you freed yourself from that energy, and you changed the energy that surrounded you from something that was toxic and negative to something that was brighter, something that had hope, something that was focusing on the future, and what you can do, what you want to manifest, making plans for the future, believing in yourself, having the confidence that you need, rediscovering your drive, your passion. Okay? And so if we just do nothing, we're going to slip back into that situation. It may not be immediately that you see why you left, but give it a few days. It doesn't take long. A few days, and you're exactly where you were when you made that decision to break away. Okay, so I really feel like this is an important warning that we need to keep our eyes open. If there's any kind of forgiveness involved, if this person is trying to come back and ask for your forgiveness or trying to make amends, if you feel like you're ready, you don't have to talk to them. Okay? If you're still healing from that and you're not ready to face them, then don't do it. If you do feel ready, if you do feel like this situation doesn't affect you anymore, it doesn't make you feel afraid to see this person, then you can see them. You can hear them out. Okay, because that's the kind thing to do. If someone is trying to ask for forgiveness and you're ready, then you should hear them out and you should grant them that forgiveness, because that way that situation is truly healed and you have closure. It's a tiny thing, but it does make a difference. If you feel like you're done and over, you don't need this person's apology and you just don't want to see them again, you've just erased them, then that's fine. Move on. Keep focusing on you. Keep doing you. Keep looking at your future. But if you do feel that need for closure, and you do feel prepared, and you want to, first of all, see this person and hear what they have to say, then see them, listen, give them the forgiveness that they're after, and then release that situation, walk away. They are still the same person. They're trying to change. They're not there yet. And given a similar set of circumstances to what you had in the past, sooner or later, they are going to react exactly the same way they did in the past. This is a big lesson that they have to learn. You have learned your lesson because you did walk away from them and took your power back. Now this is a lesson that they have to learn. This is a struggle that they have to deal with. But it's also important for them to change the circumstances, for them to change the energy that they surround themselves with, so that they don't get themselves in the same type of situation, for them to react the same way they did before. Okay? So it's important that if you want to, hear them out, grant them the forgiveness, and then walk away. Okay? Then go back on your path, the one you were already on. The advice card we have is physical activity. And it's not coming across as go outside and exercise. It is telling you that if you are unsure what to do, then exercising or some kind of physical activity would help you relax the mind enough, or take the mind off that situation, so that you have an answer by the end of it. But I'm seeing this as you need to take action, you need to do something. You shouldn't just allow yourself to slide back in to this situation. Okay? We also have the 3 Graces card that talks about cooperative ventures with friends, joy, sharing, new partnerships that are fun. And this to me is saying, first of all, you have support. You're not alone in this anymore like you were in the past. You have support. You can use your support system. Secondly, it's making me think that this is not just romantic partners, like I say, okay? It's confirming the fact that it is romantic partners, because we have partnerships. It can also be a friend that you were very close with, that you maybe had a venture that you were in together, a business venture or a creative venture of some sort. You were very, very close. You were very much on the same page. Something shifted, and they started either taking stuff out on you or always attacking you when they felt bad, or not allowing you to do anything without them. They depended on you for everything. They drained you of your energy. Okay? Then we have, to give us more details about the situation, we have the Twin Flame card. And this is telling me that the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Okay, so for some of us, yes, it's romantic. For others, it is a soulmate. This person is a soulmate for us. And a soulmate is not just the person who you are meant to be with romantically. In my view, at least, a soulmate is someone who you always have with you or around you at some point during a lifetime to help you learn a lesson. They're not always a friend. They're not always a lover. They're not always a family member. Sometimes it's someone we experience something very negative with, because their role is to open our eyes to something. And each of us learn differently. Each of us react differently. We are impacted in a different way by different experiences. Okay, so a soulmate is someone who helps us learn a karmic lesson that we need help. We need help remembering. We need help learning. After that, they move on. A soulmate is not with you 100% of your lifetime. Sometimes they are. Sometimes they're there with you by your side all your life. It depends how long it takes you to learn that lesson and what kind of lesson it is. But sometimes they're in your life for a few days when, they cause this big impact that opens your eyes to that lesson. And once they've served their purpose, they're gone. And you will meet again in the next lifetime. Okay? That's at least my view on soulmates, and that is what I'm seeing in this card. Okay? What you need to do, think about it. Take a step back. Get perspective. Don't forget what you've been through just because they're saying the right words. Don't forget what you've been through just because you hope they changed. You will have hints, intuitive signs telling you that they probably didn't change. They're trying. They may be doing their best. They're not there yet. It's not yet time to allow them back into your life. And you were right in your initial reaction to walk away, to turn your back. Okay? This person is still in a bad place. You can still the way you can help them is by allowing them to ask you for forgiveness. That in itself changes their energy a little bit, or helps them through this change. But it's not the end of it. It's not the last thing they need to do before they're a different person. Okay? And so this is telling me, when this person shows up, you need to take a step back. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't allow your hopes to get the best of you. Try to stay grounded. try to stay focused. Take a step back to think of things. Okay? Look at things from a rational perspective, not an emotional one, where you wish they changed. Okay? Be practical. Keep your eyes open. Okay? And listen to your intuition. That's very important. That is going to tell you. It will be hints of where they say, their tone, a certain behavior, a certain reflex, a certain reaction. That will tell you whether or not they're still in the same place. They're trying to get out of it, but they're still there. And it's not yet time for them to come back to you. You cannot help them. You cannot save them. They need to save themselves. Okay? Okay, so that's a pretty, strong message. I hope it makes sense to you. I hope it resonates with your situation. Obviously, if you're going to go through this, it's good to be prepared. It is good to hear this message, because then you know how to relate to this person, how to approach this person. And it is confirming for you that you were right in the first place and you've come so far. Okay, seeing this person again is going to make you feel like, oh, I've grown so much, I've changed so much. I'm so different now. I'm a lot braver. I believe in myself more. I'm more aware of what I'm capable of. I'm proud of myself. I like who I am. Okay? So that can be a positive thing to come out of this kind of energy. And also, if you are able to forgive this person or give them closure, give yourself closure, then you are releasing yourself from this situation. And then you truly know that you have learned the karmic lesson you were meant to, and you are ready to move on and not look back and know that this situation won't affect you again. Because you've learned the lesson, you know what to expect, you know what to look for, you know a lot more of who you are now, you know a lot more of what you're capable of and what you won't allow someone to take from you. Okay? If you feel, I don't know, if you really do feel like this person has changed and you want to give him a chance, it's completely up to you. Again, the cards are advising you to not get attached to this person, to keep your distance, mental, emotional. But with the devil as the energy going out of this energy, it's really telling me they haven't changed, they're trying, and you were right to turn your back to the situation. Okay, and you need to take action so that you don't fall back into it. Alright? I'm going to leave it at that because it's a pretty long reading for a daily type advice reading. Let me know what you think of the reading, okay? How it resonates with you, if it does. I hope you do have a beautiful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Take care.